Welcome back to my channel. In today's topic, I am going to discuss why I don't feel like being a stepmother, or a stepdad, but I'm speaking specifically to the ladies because I feel like we take this on more than men. But I'm going to discuss my reasons why I will not marry a man with minor children again. Before we get started, if you are new, please consider subscribing. I talk everything positivity on this channel. If you are returning, thank you for the love. Don't forget to hit the smash button and like and share. So, as I stated in my previous videos, I was married for 4 years and I was a step parent also to 2 children. My ex-husband had a daughter and a son. And I wish someone would have told me all the challenges that would come with being a step parent. I did not know everything that I was going to face being a step parent. And I feel like I was trying to compare my situation with my mother's situation because my mom was a stepmom. But to me, my mom just held the title. She didn't have any step parent duties. So, my mom and dad were so many years apart. My older siblings were way older than me anyway. So they didn't grow up in the house. So, my ex-husband, he got his kids 2 days out the week and every other weekend. So they were with us quite a bit. So him having his kids 50% of the time meant me having his kids 50% of the time. And that was not new. It was that way when we dated. It was that way before we got married. But it just seemed like when we got married, things just kind of, I don't know. I feel like the expectations became more when it came to his kids, along with everything else because we was married. So one thing I will say I learned huge, which I knew before I got married, was I was not the priority. And I know people say, oh, well, in the Bible, technically it's spouse first, then kids. That is true. And I 100% agree it should be spouse first and then kids, but it was not that way at all. And a lot of people say, there's you come first, the kids come second, your house is supposed to come this, supposed to come that, it's supposed to, but it just did not. If situations happen with the mother of his kids, he would feel obligated to do certain things, not because of her, but because of the kids. But in my eyes, it was like, well, shoot, that's kind of helping her out too. So I didn't really understand, and I feel like he didn't really understand that concept that home comes first and wife comes first. So that's really like probably the main huge reason why I wouldn't marry a man with minor children. Me being a woman without any kids, I feel like you get all of me. You know what I mean? I don't have any kids. So if I was to remarry in a year from now, you will be getting 100% of Michelle. You don't have to worry about no baggage. You don't have to worry about no son, no daughter, no baby daddy. You don't have to worry about that, deal with that, anything. So why would you be able to get all of me, but I can't get all of you? So no, that's like my number one reason why I don't want to have a marriage or just be involved or serious with anybody that already has, young children. Another reason why I wouldn't marry a man with minor children again is I don't want someone else's household affecting mine. So when a couple years ago, and I can't remember if I was already married or if this was before I got married, but I seen somebody make a comment, and it was on YouTube because I've been on YouTube a while. I'm just now getting my own page, but I, have been part of YouTube for probably 10 years now. And I think a video that came up of somebody saying like, I don't want somebody to be able to say or dictate or affect what can happen in my house. And I was like, well, how can somebody else's house affect your house? Like, it's your house, you're the ruler, leader of your house. You know what I mean? But once I got married and became a stepmom, I completely understand what that woman was saying. And basically what she was saying, and it happened to me also, and I'm going to give you guys an example. Say the mother of his kids' lights got cut off. Say she calls your husband and she's like, listen, my lights got cut off. I'm on hard times. A real dad is going to do one of two things. He's either A, going to say, okay, the kids can come over here and they can stay with us. Okay. Or B, he's going to give her the money to get her lights cut back on. So his kids are not in the dark. Okay. Both of those options affect your household. Whether the kids got to now come stay with y'all for who knows how long that is until she get on her feet, or he's taking money out of your house and putting it over there into her house. It's still money out your house. I don't care if it's $60. It's still money out of you guys' house and putting it in over there so his kids don't have to be in the dark. So just situations like that I feel like we don't really think about. People don't really discuss. But it's like stuff like that can't happen. If she falls short or something is going on over there, he's going to step in. A real, true, good father is going to step in. And yes, that is going to affect your household. I found that out the extreme hard way with situations like that as well, especially when it came to money, or it wasn't a situation where the lights got cut off, but it was a situation where, you know, she fell on hard times. And yes, the kids did have to come stay with us. It wasn't that long, you know, but still, you know, again, I'm a woman that didn't have any kids. So that's another reason why I would say no to, you know, messing with a man with minor kids. Another reason why I would say no to marrying a man with minor kids is I don't like the fact that you don't really have a say-so. I feel like you only have a say-so when they want you to have a say-so. So once again, you're going to get the people that's, oh, you know, when them kids is in your care, them kids are your kids. I agree. However, when they're not in your care, there's nothing you can do about it. However, you're still expected to move a certain way as if, you know what I mean? Like you have control over these kids, which you really don't. But you have to take them into consideration with everything you do. So another example I'm going to give you guys. I got a promotion a couple years ago when I was married to move out of the city I was living in at that time. I was living in Toledo at that time, Toledo, Ohio. And I got a promotion to go to Cincinnati, Ohio, which is only about 3 hours away from Toledo, depending on how far in Cincinnati you go. So even though me and my ex-husband had talked about moving way prenuptial, we talked about moving when I was dating. I never wanted to stay in that city long time ever. So that was always something I put up front, and he agreed to moving, but it all changed. I don't know what changed, but something changed. So when I got this promotion to move, I was all gung-ho, let's go. I worked my butt off to get in this job. You know, I got a promotion, but the terms of the promotion was I got the raise, but I had to be okay relocating pretty much. He didn't want to move all of a sudden. He didn't want to leave his kids. He didn't want to be that far from his kids. What about his kids? Kids. He made it all about the kids. And I was like, okay, well, what about me? You know, like I can't help who you had kids with, but what about me? So I'm supposed to not be able to take promotions or do certain things in my life because of decisions you made before me and you even got together? Like, that's not fair. You know, so, you know, and that goes back to number one with the whole priority. Am I really priority if everything I do, it still affects all the way down to your kids? So now you're saying, well, we got to see what we can do because I'm going to be leaving my kids. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's just too much. To me, it's just too much. Now, if you got kids already, then okay. Because I feel like you guys, y'all can maybe see eye to eye. This is for women that don't have any kids, like, and can have them. Now, if you can't have kids, that's different. Because if I couldn't have kids, and I loved kids, then I can understand anybody's kids you're going to treat like your own. You're not going to mind being a step parent because you unfortunately can't, have a child of your own. But to my women that can have kids and just choose either not to, or just don't have them yet, or just don't have them for whatever reason, like myself, I just don't have one yet. You get no benefit from being in that role. You get no benefit from being in that position. It's not going to be about you. You can do whatever you want. You still have a lot of time. You can study. You can go here. You can travel. They're not going to be able to do the things that you can do. They're just not. They have a level of responsibility you do not have. You have a level of freedom they don't have. So it's to me, it's just going to be a constant clash. And it's really, honestly, it's just too much stress. It really is, so them are my reasons why I would not marry a man with minor kids again. I know people say, oh, well, that decreases your chances of finding, this man. And a lot of men at this age, because I'm 32, have at least one kid. That's fine. But I just can't, for me, I can't see myself putting myself back in the same situation that I was already in. It just was not conducive. It just doesn't make any sense to play a mom role and you're not even a mom yet yourself. Like, if I gotta rearrange my schedule and play a mom role, it's gonna be for my own children or child that I have 100% say so, not someone else's kids that I can't help, who you had kids with, and it's all these issues over here, so we can't move a certain way because of decisions you made before we even got involved. Like, that just don't make any sense to me. So I learned my lesson the very, very hard way. It was extremely hard, and I do not recommend it. It just makes no sense to do that. But that's all I have for y'all today. I'm going to try to make things more consistent. I know I said that on my last video, and I really have not been consistent like I should be, but I'm definitely going to make more effort in being consistent and trying to drop these videos at least every week. So I'll see y'all next time. Peace.